Here's your daily market review for Thursday, September 19th, 2024. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Thursday, September 19th, 2024. Hopefully you're having a great day. Interesting day. Not surprised by the Thursday trap game. If you've watched some of the previous videos and been following, this is always possible. The Thursday after the Fed day can be the trap. Sometimes the Wednesday is the trap. Either way, if you layered into trades, you caught extremes yesterday, you had even better entries today, in my opinion, for the best risk reward scenario, which to me is shorting this action. Again, the Fed's doing a 50 basis point cut at the highs. Tells you things are worse off. Again, we saw it in the housing data today. And again, is there anything certain out there? No. So do whatever you need to do to mitigate risk, minimize losses, and execute the best risk reward trade. I personally think it's short up here. I think it's very obvious based on repeating patterns, repeating tendencies. But again, in a probability-based game, you can have pocket aces and still lose. That is part of trading. Anyone selling you uncertainty is certainly full of shiznit. Keep that in mind. That's the biggest thing to learn from here. So moving forward, let's talk about the levels. Let's talk about the action. Let's talk about everything you should have in your mind going forward. So grab a coffee, get comfortable. Let's get into it. If you're new to the Discord room, link in the description below. Please follow on Twitter, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'd appreciate it on the YouTube channel or whatever platform you're watching this on. If you have questions, again, check out thetradingagent.com. Tons of resources here. Back to Basics is also on here, an education series. Check it out. Goal is to turn profits into passive income and properties. Let's do it. If you need a chat, Calendly link in the description below. Let me know how I can help you out. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate, need help with trading, need help with anything. Again, if you follow this channel and you aren't using the resources, my free resource to help you out with potentially investing in real estate, I will be slightly sad. I understand if you need to use Uncle Bob or Aunt Susie to do your real estate transactions or file you investment properties, but I'm telling you, there's better ways out there, and I would love to be involved if possible. So, follow on Instagram now. November 2024, November 7th, which isn't that far off. Right now, we're anticipating one cut or two cuts. Look at these odds. I mean, again, it is not good. It's interesting how November 7th is the actual next Fed day. I mean, I doubt they will do anything big, but man, just keep that in mind. Bitcoin broke the downtrend. Let's see if it sustains. Again, got to get over 64,900 next. Talked about that MicroStrategy trade. If you took it, absolutely a banger. Oil rally back a little bit more today. Keep an eye on it. Break the downtrend. Good to go. Natural gas, as we've talked about, I like it long term. I'm waiting for more puke action. If you don't get it, you don't get it. In my mind, it seems like, when they throw the baby out of the bathwater, that's when I will be scooping up commodities. Keep that in mind. Dollar, chopping around, broke the flag, watching it. TLT again, if you took profits, sold covered calls, hedged your positions up here, it makes sense. Again, I think long term you will go up into the 108, 110 area, but until then, again, the market priced in all of the Fed cuts for now, and things have to get worse before bonds, in my opinion, get bought. I'm hedged, hanging out, moving money around, doing what I think is best near term, because I don't think there's a rush to jump in. VIX, here we go. Come on, 15s. Surprised we didn't get it earlier in the week, but maybe we're going to get it. Again, market holding up pretty well. As we talked about, the Thursday after the Fed day can be the trap day, and you're going to see some candles that could confirm that. VIX, we talk about it bottoming first. Talked about could fill the 95 gap. I mean, you're close. We'll see what happens tomorrow. SPY. Check this out, y'all. We talk about big dojis, gaps, at extremes, right? Look at today's action. A doji with above average volume breaking out. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Again, if it gaps up and keeps going, you got to stop out. This could be a doji sandwich. If it doesn't, today is the trap. QQQ, check it out, right? Same kind of action. What a gift. Actually added some SQQ at 770 today. I'm like watching, I'm like, wow, you got up. No way. What a gift. I mean, I said 480s. I thought we were going to get it yesterday. Again, you got close enough, but today's action was even better gift. And this is what's so hard about probing for swing trades. People want to nail the exact entry. Like they're just like, I'm going to get the entry on the short perfect at 486.23. No, you're not. You're not. I'm sorry. You're just not. You don't know what that last tick is going to be. You don't know who's getting butchered, puked, crushed, and giving it up. That's why you layer in, right? You layer into your positions. And again, if you're shorting Qs above 480 and you've got some good positions in Soxus, SQQ, shit, even financial, those are my three favorite. Makes sense to me. IWM gets up doji again. I mean, look at this action, right? You're up against the recent highs. Keep an eye on it. Feels very trappish. Dia holding up better than the others, but again, another doji. Are you concerned yet? You should be. Gold. Again, we like this long term. Tough to trust here. Can't get over yesterday's highs. That's the next point. Liftoff. You got to get over the 240s. Just keep an eye on it. Silver. Nice little pop again today, but again, you got to get over the 2850s. Just keep an eye on it. GDX, GDXJ, all this stuff. I mean, you would think the miners, would be above yesterday's highs. They're not. Telling you, a little scary if they can't. Same thing. Those wicks are showing you distribution. If you can't get over them, you're heading south. AEM, same kind of thing. AG, same thing. Can't get over them. Worth watching. Again, if they get over it, cool. Again, long-term bullish, near-term neutral to negative. Just don't expect them to go places. Past, Newmont, all look very similar. Right? Keep an eye on them. Semis, God, oh man, you got some gifts here. It was waiting to exhale. Bought some Soxus yesterday around, what was it, 22 something? I can't remember the exact, 22 and change. And then was buying today in the 21s, if I remember correctly. Looking, I mean, again, it makes sense to me. We'll talk about why here again. Taiwan Semi, here you go, into your resistance zone. Micron, every time it gets up into the 90 area, nope, chopping around. AM Dizzle. Stronger than some of the other ones. Here you go, that 200-day. Here you go, range highs. NVIDIA. I mean, to me, short of this one today, it made sense to me. Trend line, hello. Again, tight stops if wrong, makes sense. We talked about this thing being toast long term. Keep an eye on it. SMCI. I mean, again, you would think this would be up more today. Look at that action. Not really much. 20-day, close enough. Keep an eye on it. Intel. Again, market's up. Should be up. Semis. Again, the overall index, look at where it's at, right? Came right into the resistance zone, was watching this like, okay, cool. I mean, I personally have said this, and I love going record. I love when trend line breaks and they're traps, because if it gives it up, it's a failure. If it is breaking out, you're going to have to obviously get over some of the VAP zones and support zones. But to me, the risk reward makes sense. I mean, we expect more pain in the tech area. Just throwing that out there. If I'm right, I'm right. I'm wrong, I'm wrong. We talked about Adobe, blasted on earnings. Look what happens. A back test. Old downtrend, bounces from there. Apple should have held some of the hedge longer, but look, here we go. Fills this little baby gap. Comes into the range, next blue zone. Keep an eye on it. Again, as I said the other day, like I wasn't surprised it was due to bounce. There you go. It goes from oversold to overbought pretty damn quickly. Amazon can't get over this 190 area. Or sorry, hasn't cleared it yet. I apologize. Because you got to get over this if you really want it to launch. And again, dojis means indecision. Be careful. Meta, acting stronger. That one, keep an eye on it. Looks strong. That's not one I would step in front of. CRM, up $13 today. Look what it hit. You're welcome. 200-day. Set your alarms. Guggenheim, we talked about 165. Got pretty damn close. 164.99.99. Again, watch for the 50-day. If you get it, to me, I mean, these make sense for shorts. Microsoft, you have references. Chopping around. Man, that gap is pretty damn close. I don't know. Worth watching. NDAQ gets back up into the 74s. Okay. I hear you. I see you, big pimpin'. Keep an eye on it. Again, wrong is wrong. I like the short. I think long-term the exchange is toast. MicroStrategy, we talked about this trade holding the backside of the trend line, liked it up to the 50, 100-day. You got even higher. You filled the gap. Watch the wicks. Watch what happens. Netflix and chill, spill, whatever you want to call it. Doji, big at the highs. Worth a watch. Roblox, we talked about needs trapping up here, or it needs to go. Fudge. Cannot get over the 46s. Pan W, you think this thing was about like 10 or 15 points today. Nope, at the trend line. Tesla, we talked about the gap fill. Hey, you got it. Congratulations. So happy. Again, I am happy for people who are long it because, again, I think some people are being patient, right? Talk about this gap fill in here. Makes sense. 245, you're close enough. If you have profits, congratulations. Again, happy for people. Again, it's all about making money. No. Again, I'll be wrong. You'll be wrong. We'll all be wrong at times. It's okay. Certain things we're right about. Certain things we won't be right. But here's the thing: to be the lone wolf, go against the market. Again, bigger risk, bigger rewards. But again, you can define them. That's what I have to love trading. Insight. Again, I think they get bought out at some point. Pfizer, the Pfizer. Here you go, chopping around. McDonald's, chopping around. Range highs. I mean, this could be a good failure spot. DKNG, we talked about this 39 area. Makes sense, right? Watching these for failures. Airbnb, we talked about the trash floats last. Definitely trashy. Look at these wicks. Again, didn't do anything. It's just watching them, right? They pop up and then they just give it all up. Costco, chopping around the 20-day. Starbucks, again, chopping around. Man, I struggle with the idea that this is actually going to go freaking moonshotting after it already popped. And it is a turd. I mean, it's going to be hard for them to turn it around, in my opinion. I know they have a great brand, but be careful. FedEx, earnings after the close. Wow, look at today's candle, man. It's such a big trap. Let's see what's going on the 10-minute. Oh, down to 270. Whoa, below the 100-day. Yikes. You're like, what are you talking about, Dan? I don't see that. Yikes. Again, I hear the Discord be popping off. I wonder if someone's talking about that here. Anyone looking at FedEx? We got full send. Sorry, I'm in recording. FedEx, send it. Anyway, worth keeping an eye on some of this stuff. Because again, I like the FedEx short trade, but again, this is what sucks about earnings is you don't even know the reaction. But look at today's action. Somebody was like, fudge, no, I don't want none of that. After hours, goodbye. Caterpillar, whoa, up 5% today. Back near highs. That's a doji sandwich. But damn, is that a big move? Pretty quick. 325. Again, 10% in this name. Worth just keep an eye on it. If you got profits, roll up your stops. If you got shorted, be sure you got stopped out. DE holding up. Again, Nucor. Not surprised some of these commodity names popping today. Watch that 50-day, y'all. X. Again, I think they get bought out at some point. Bought out. Again, not going to short it. Would like to see it around the 30s, 28. VALE, God, not really acting that well. Arrow, we can like copper. It's interesting. Doji at the freaking wedge. CCJ again. We like uranium. I'd like to see it cheaper. Talked about Goldman upgrading the highs, waiting for them to downgrade the lows. CF, again, we like ag names. I mean, they're in big consolidation chop zones. Near term, I mean, it's tough to say. I mean, the safest trade is honestly waiting for it to get over to 86. If it builds the pressure, it'll go. Mosaic, we talked about these being oversold near term, probably due to bounce. NTR, choppity, right? Aaron, again, I love aluminum. Love it. Waiting for some price action just to kind of get crushed. XLF added more FAS today. You're welcome. Again, put on the radar. We said it's always possible to retest the highs. Yesterday's wick, ugly. Today's action, doji. Again, just worth watching. Define your risk. Be careful. Layer in. Do not go all or nothing. JP Morgan, again, love the short. If they're not buying back their own stock, why should you? Worth a watch. Start adding more. I'm actually going after Morgan Stanley. Looks the ugliest to me. Head and shoulders top. Little back test. I mean, you can draw it a million ways, right? Got to get back to there. Need to get back. I don't know. There's so many little ways to draw this thing, but you get my point. The risk reward makes sense up here. Makes sense? Good. Bank of America. Check this out, right? Back at the highs. You know Buffett is sitting here like, yeah, baby. Bring it right back. This probably sounds like the Sith Lords. Yes, bring it here so I can unload my position. I want to get the fuck out of Bank of America. I had way too many shares. Goldman Snacks. Here you go. We said what? Said watch if it gets into the 500 plus range. You're getting there. Pretty close. Carry. You would think this would be moonshotting. We'll see. Dojis again. A lot of indecision. XBI. Here we go. Right back to the range highs. Doji on a gap. Is this a novice gap on huge volume? Joe, if you're listening, check that out. I know you're trading bios. Like, that does not look good. Okay. XHB. I mean, look at this thing. The housing index. Ugh. Another doji. Look at these things. Again, if this was at the bottom, I'd have a boner. Like, oh yeah, this is the bottom. But since it's a high, be scared. No, I mean, take the risk. It's worth the reward. If you're wrong, you're gone. It's not rocket science. 10. Solar, chopping around. Man, look at that big, oh, good God. Sedge, no. ENPH, again, gets the 120s. No. No. First Solar, 250s. Look at this. No. HYG, I mean, you've got to be high out of your mind to be buying corporate debt. Not shorting it, but man, I'm just looking at going, you are nuts. Oil, again, we talked about it, bouncing. I mean, some of the stuff going on in the Middle East, all the pagers and everything, be careful. Again, I don't know. Again, geopolitical risk is always the hardest part. That's why I don't like to short oil. UNG, I'm not a fan of. You know that. I like the KOLD short in the 80s. Please, can we get there? I'll see you when we get there. That's what I'm hoping for. Keep an eye on it. XOP, great trade. Be careful up here, though. Again, I mean, could we get to the 50-day? This thing has a lot of like weird candles after it gets from oversold to overbought. Put that out there. Just worth a watch. Again, I'm not going to short oil and gas, but it would make sense to me if we saw weakness. CVE, right? Chopping around, oversold, bouncing. Valero gasoline names seem to be just chop. I mean, especially dojis today on some of these names, right? Like very tight action. ExxonMobil, we talked about being oversold. Not surprised it bounced, but look, again, another doji. Oxy, I mean, I thought this thing would get up to like 55, 56. It's got nothing. Buffett's like, no, I want it down, you son of a biscuits. Do not buy. He's like, I will not support the stock until it gets to X price. Be careful. Buffett is the king of manipulation. Operators, please stand by. Again, if you've read Reminiscent Stock Operator, please understand it. QT, we like that long term. Flex LNG, again, I think will be natural gas exporters. So we know going into OPEX, there's probably been a ton of calls and puts bought by both sides. And what did they do? They killed the put buyers who bought yesterday. Will they kill the call buyers tomorrow? Because again, if all day people were buying calls, let's be honest. But then you had doji. They crushed the volatility index. The VIX down 10% today, right? They're just, I mean, that's the thing about option expiration. I mean, what is the headline today that brought us up? I have no clue. You can literally make anything of them up. Market's up because I farted. Market up because Jay Solstice said so. Market's up because Eric wants the market. I mean, you could just attach any name in person, and it's like Blue Horseshoe loves Endicott still. Why is it up today? I mean, it seems like more of a trap to kill options. And again, we'll see. I'd be very careful. If you're long, you have to roll up your stops. If you're short, please define your risk. Does this turn into a runaway, like blow-off trap? Absolutely. So you have to be careful. And this is the thing, whether it's a bottom or a top. We've seen the reoccurring formations. You know what the odds can be, but you also just don't know where the exact price of the top or the bottom is going to be. And I have to reiterate that people all the effing time because they're like, oh, Dan, I think the market's going to the moon. Or the market's going to, no, you define your risk. You look at the levels. You take educated guesses, and you're okay being wrong. It's not simple. It doesn't have to be rocket science. You don't have to sit here and crack your head open trying to think that you're a bad trader. No, sometimes you're just not the right spot. I tell people all the time, the odds of you hitting a trade perfectly are not good. What are the odds, right? You're more than likely going to be early. Sometimes you're going to be late, but let's be honest, right? You're probably not going to nail the exact entry. And so that spot, like you might hit that 5% of the time. Maybe. So, all right. Love you guys. I appreciate all the love, support, generous donations. Hit me up if you have any questions. Don't hesitate to be shy. Again, I've noticed the viewership's down. I don't know if YouTube's kind of shadowing this, but please feel free to share this on your social media. I appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Have a wonderful night. Peace. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.